the children are going back and forth between two separate worlds, and frequently they're very different worlds.
Right. I find that some children will struggle with this, and they struggle with it at different points. And it's really hard, I think, as the parent that is the one that they're not struggling with, it automatically raises red flags about the other person's world. Let me just say that, and again, I'm not trying to be biased, this is just the thing that comes up over and over, is a lot of times moms are experiencing the children not wanting to go with dad or having some crying or fit or issue or telling her they don't want to go. And then mom's going, okay, well, do I be worried about this? Is there something to be concerned about?
Yeah, is there something happening over there that I don't know about?
Right. And it causes anxiety. A lot of times when kids do that, I think dads just tend to be more like, rub some dirt in it and go on.
Like that.
Dads just kind of tend to be that way. And I think they just don't
get a vacuum, suck it up.
Yeah, they don't get as exercised over the emotions, So I think they just don't jump right to that conclusion. I think men just kind of go, wow, I don't know, kid's having a bad day, whatever. But moms, I think we overanalyze a lot when it comes to our children, and they're like, well, or we play the whole what if game, right? What if? What if there's something wrong? What if I don't know something? What if they're being abused?
Yeah, well, that is a male-female difference.
The first question is usually, should I be concerned?
Yes.
And so, how do you deal with that? If you're a mom and you're having anxiety because your child is freaking out about going to the other parents, what do you do?
Well, you have to be real careful on this because being too concerned about it can backfire. And it can get you the black hat in your case. I've seen that happen over and over again.
Yeah, I think we see that happen a lot, actually.
My standard for whether a parent should get involved is, would child welfare institute a safety plan or take this kid away from that parent?
Well, I don't know because I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, but you have to have that kind of evidence to even initiate it. Otherwise, you're setting yourself up for a claim that you're using the child welfare system to subvert the other parent's parenting, and it can backfire huge.
Right. One of the places that we always tell parents to start, like Thomas said, if you think there's some abuse or something that child welfare should be involved, then initiate that. But if you don't have any proof and you're like, I don't know, the kid just won't, just doesn't want to go, that's not a child welfare level call. And so what we usually tell you to do is get the child in therapy.
Right.
Get the child in therapy because the therapist is going to have ways of knowing what's going on, or if there's something to be concerned about. They're a mandated reporter if there's some kind of abuse. And what I always tell clients is any information that therapist provides to the court is going to be taken far more validly than anything you could possibly say.
Right.
Because they're a third party. They're a third party to the...
Right. They don't have a dog in the fight.
Right. They're a third party neutral, essentially. Yeah. And so with you, they never know if you or your ex are, grinding an axe or mad at each other or having conflict or whatever, and it's about that relationship.
Right.
And with the therapist, they know that it's not about that relationship. It's about whatever's going on with the kid. And so they're going to see that as valid. By all means, please don't question the child.
Yeah.
Don't question the child because number one, you're not going to get an accurate answer. Number two, you're putting the kid in the middle. Number three, the court is going to fry you for that. Just don't even go there. The thing I will tell you is this is pretty common I find most common in kids that are 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Around that age it seems to be when this kicks in.
You want to handle it compassionately but firmly, right, and say, this is what we as parents have decided you're going to do. Not the court, right, by the way.
Yeah, don't say the judge is making me do this. Oh, Lord, please don't say that.
Yeah, but your mom and I have decided that this will be the schedule.
Right.
And I know sometimes it's disruptive, sometimes it hurts, and it's time to go.
Right. So you have to support the other person's parenting, and until you have proof otherwise, you have to assume that this is just an issue that the child is dealing with.
Right.
And
True.
the vast majority of the time, that's exactly what it is.
Right.
I would say 95% of the time, it's that the child is just struggling emotionally.
I'd go 98%.
Yeah, I mean, it's really high. I mean, I'm not saying there can't ever be something going on. There obviously can be. But again, you've got to have the goods on that. You can't just jump to that conclusion, because it's not going to end well. If the only thing you have is your concern that there might be something going on, the court's going to be like, sorry, I can't help you.
Yeah, and having a child welfare case in your life will drive you nuts. Yeah, you don't want that. That destroys your ability to cooperate with your co-parent.
Right.
You want the authorities out of your life.
Right.
You want to be the authority. You are the parent, and you don't want the state interfering with your parental choices.
Try to get more into a stance of how can I get creative around what's going on, and try to ease these transitions for my child, to help them to help them emotionally regulate, or to help them learn how to emotionally regulate. It's kind of like when we're letting babies learn how to self-soothe, and those types of different concepts. So you want to do things that are going to help your child emotionally regulate themselves, and that jumping to the conclusion that the issue is the other parent is not the solution. The solution is, what can I do to fix this problem?
The child is going to pick up on any anxiety.
Right.
And they have antenna like that.
They absolutely do.
So you can't show any sign that it's not good. I mean, I've seen courts actually chastise parents for saying things like, when I can't wait to see you again.
I really miss you when you're at the other parent.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the child can't control that. They end up feeling guilty, and they feel anxious, and they feel stress about your emotional state.
And the court will tell you that that's not supporting the other parent's parent-child relationship.
Right.
And you really don't want to go there.
Right.
It's good to say, I think that what's okay is anticipating the next time. So when you come back, we're going to go on a trip. We're going to go to Santa Barbara. We're going to go to the pier or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's okay.
Yeah. We're going to go on a camping trip next weekend when you come back, or whatever. Give them something to look forward to in your world, but don't create in the child a fear or a stress about your emotional well-being while they're
like
gone.
That. Yeah, it's not about you.
They're not your parent. You're theirs. If you have a child that's struggling at the transitions, and you reach out to the other parent and say, "Hey, I would like to try this next time to see if we can help them with the transitions. Would you be willing to come inside and just sit down with the child? I'll have them there eating the treat or whatever it is, playing on the slide or whatever you want to do. Would you be willing to come over, and you and I will shift places, and then I'll leave?" And that's a little bit easier transition. So it's almost like the parents are transitioning in that situation instead of the child transitioning.
Yeah.
So it takes some of the pressure off the child. Try to get creative. Try to think outside of the box. Try to think of how you can do things to help your child kind of feel more like they're not shifting as much as the parents are shifting, maybe to take the pressure off and reassure them that you're going to be okay, and just get creative with it. Try different things. Sometimes it's surprising. One little tweak will fix it for the child, and everything will be fine, and it's just a matter of finding that thing for that kid.
Yes.
So
ice cream.
Ice cream works wonders.
That's what it is for me.
Or little Olive Garden mints. I find those go a long way too.